my god. Oh. Flags.
Not on here.
Are you sure?
I'm 100% sure.
Oh my god.
That just takes me back to like Tosh.0 type stuff.
That was the best part of Tosh.0, those YouTube random viral videos. And I mean, isn't that just a metaphor for the LP? You tried so hard and you just clipped the fence and broke your fucking back, and now you gotta drag your sorry ass home. Tragic.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? How we all doing tonight?
Here, I got one more for you because this one's kind of short, and I wanted to
All
make
right.
it a little bit longer.
Oh yeah, let's.
There's nothing like stroking your own girthy cock. Hi, I'm Darvis Langfield from Langfield Premium Cocks. We've got the premiest, girthiest champion
That
cocks in
sponsor, by
town.
the way.
Whether you're looking to stroke, pet, take, or eat a cock, we've got you covered. Looking for a premium girthy cock to take home? Look no further. I've got the cock that you need. So come on down to Langfield and take my cock. Langfield Premium Cocks. There's nothing like
Get your Langfield Premium.
Man, we are
cock. Okay.
we
there
are really killing it with those sponsors lately.
We got the best.
You
we got the
know,
best sponsors.
Just wait till we get to the blue chew section of the show.
There you go.
I mean,
Anyway.
from what I hear, everyone's shilling soda now. So like, what the fuck, Coke? Pay us.
Yeah, but you know, welcome to the Swamp Cast, boys and girls.
What's up?
We are not sponsored by Big Soda, no Big Pepsi, Big Coke tonight. We might have a little swamp juice, but obviously we got to get into traditions first and see what is everybody drinking on. Mitch.
Yeah.
Well, tonight I'm not drinking because it's been chaos and I got to wake up early. But I got the gummies still, and I'm also drinking on the greatest hydration drink of all time from good old Jocko Willix. So there we go. Isn't that right, Josh? Best one from Jocko.
How much did that cost?
How much
buy
did
one,
it
get
cost?
one. I like buy one get one at Publix right now.
That's not what I asked you. How much does it cost?
How much does it cost?
Like a few bucks. I don't even remember, man. I just got
Water,
a bunch. Buy one get one.
water in your hose, boy, to
Yeah.
hydrate you way better.
Crazy,
I am.
bro.
I'm swallowing all of my cock tonight in support of our sponsor.
This is coming from a guy who doesn't even drink water.
That's right. I don't.
There we
I
go.
don't either. And I'm proud of you, Tim.
What do you
know,
got, Josh? What do you got?
I don't have any cocks, unfortunately, here. I do got the last of my Grand Canyon Sunset Ale, though, so we're going to finish that off tonight, and then we're going to get into something fun going forward here, because I got a cool little bottle of something.
What's up, fellow degenerates
Did you
and
finally
retards?
get it?
How y'all doing? What's up, Joe? How's everybody doing? Some Quack Barfo, I saw you in there earlier. What's up, everybody?
boys?
Real quickly,
Mario?
Josh, without saying what it is, did you manage to procure a bottle?
I procured a bottle, but not the bottle you think, Big Sexy.
Oh,
I'm
damn, you
sorry.
got me
Okay,
excited,
never
man.
mind, never
Nah,
mind.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get y'all, like...
You're
loins
making me
gird.
think we had that
I didn't
Malay
mean-
wine.
No, I didn't mean to get your loins all girly. Like, bro, Malay wine, we got inside contacts. You already told us that we're not going to be able to get that shit until at least the end of this fucking year.
Yeah, but we also have
Maybe we
one
do later, big boy.
Argentinian who might be able to help us. Come on, Rich, if you're listening.
He's not Argentinian.
First
wife.
off, he's not...
What?
Yeah,
First
we
off,
talked
his
about
wa-
this in the Discord.
First
Okay.
off,
Yeah.
he reached... That was our secret source, so goddamn, I'm glad we have Rob here in spirit tonight just doxing everybody out here.
Yeah.
Second of all, we got told straight out because he contacted the one motherfucker down there that was like, yeah, good luck getting it until before the end of the year, but if I do magically, like legitimately, like if there's a miracle comes up and I can find it, I'll send you a bottle. So no, I do not have the Malay wine. This is something more local, but when I go to a liquor store anywhere and the guy at the counter goes, holy shit, this is expensive, I know I either got a good bottle or I got an expensive bottle. And I understand those two are not, they don't always correlate. So we're going to find out.
That reminds me of that video from Vice back in the day where the guy went to Swaziland in Africa to buy weed, and he said, yeah, these guys sold me a bunch of weed for $20, and I know it must have been worth that much because they were all laughing while selling it to me.
Well,
That boy got scammed.
that boy got scammed. And
I mean, to us, he got buyer's market, but to them, it was a scam.
yeah, I mean, well, $20 is $20, whether it's for gay or for weed. But speaking of gay, weird things going on in foreign countries here,
Yeah.
how about the Houthis in our recent interactions with them over the last week or so.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what you got pulled up here. So I've got the thing coming at you. Here it is. Is this you want to start with this one? Let nobody be
Yep.
fooled. Yeah.
So
Okay.
Donald Trump announced on Truth, which obviously gets ported over to Twitter pretty quickly, essentially saying that, give you the Reader's Digest version, is that essentially Iran is in charge of the Houthis. The Houthis are a mob of thugs and gangsters and all of the worst types of people in the world, and that we're done with them playing innocent victim and going wham wham wham, and we're just defending, and we're just gonna, basically put them on notice that if they fuck around, we're gonna fuck them up. And hey, by the way, Iran, you're responsible for them, so if they fuck up,
Right.
not only are we gonna fuck the Houthis up, we're gonna fuck you up too.
Yeah. This was the first one here. Hundreds of attacks being made by Houthi sinister mobsters and thugs in Yemen who are hated by Yemeni people are all emanate from and are created by Iran. So putting the blame squarely on them. This was the other one you had here. Today, I have ordered the United States military to launch decisive and powerful military action against Houthi terrorists in Yemen. When was this posted? Does it have a date? March 15th. So yeah, this is about 10 days ago. Yeah. So the onslaught in Yemen continues, I guess.
Well, I mean, kinda, but
Kind of. What I miss? Sounds like we're just gonna keep bombing the shit out of them.
I mean, yes.
From what I understand, I was looking at the Task and Purpose YouTube channel. Good channel if you've ever seen it. But he was pointing out that the places we're bombing this time are kind of different. This isn't the same as before, where before we were just kind of hitting military targets.
Right.
Now we're going for like political targets, which include ones that are very close to residential places.
Mm-hmm. It's
So
also
now we're killing more civilians. Is that what you're saying?
More than likely, yes.
We're increasing the odds of collateral damage. Exactly.
Right.
Yes,
Great.
thank you, Josh. Military
also,
speak.
yes, and the reason we're getting into this, even though it's about 10 days old here, is because it leads somewhere that we're going to go in a minute here, but it's important for context here because we keep bringing up Iran, and this has been almost like a theme for the Donald Trump administration and campaign, leading all the way back to the Butler incident with him getting almost fucking his head blown off.
Yeah, true.
It's been constantly, Iran has hits on him. They want to assassinate Elon Musk. They're making it very dangerous. Like, if you remember the Elon kerfuckle a couple weeks back with his one of his 28 baby mamas, which absolutely proves without a shadow of a doubt that Elon is an African American.
Yes.
But 28 baby moms ain't there for any of his kids. If that ain't an African American, I don't know what is.
Give the man an N-word pass.
Yeah, right. But he even said it to that broad on there, was like, yes, we're very dangerous times. There's people who want to kill us, referring to Iran, because at the time that was all Donald Trump wanted to talk about, is Iran wants to assassinate us. It was all over the news. Even Joe Biden mentioned it, like Iran wants to kill Donald Trump because they're scared of Donald Trump. So now we get to earlier, yesterday, 2 days ago, and whoopsies.
You want the group chats or you want this one?
Yeah, I want the group chats.
Okay,
so
I'll go to the group chats first. Yep.
By the way, I just want to say before we bring the group chats up, it's very telling that Hakeem Jeffries and the Democrats want to punish whoever leaked these.
I mean, the Republicans want to punish whoever leaked these too, but they're just not as
bipartisan.
Yeah, they're like, I want to slap them on the wrist. The Democrats like, I want to hang them from the highest tree like my ancestors used to do.
What?
Sorry, was that too much?
Was that in here?
Was the Democrats not the party of the KKK? Were they not the party of fucking racism? I'm sorry. My bad. I forgot that we're not allowed to we have to be politically correct on here and can't talk about the Democrats having a grand wizard from the fucking KKK as a fucking U.S. senator.
No, you can say whatever you want. But what I'm trying to figure out, I keep hearing about this group chat. Obviously, group chat exists between world leaders and other people, right? Like, it's so stupid.
Come on, boys. Everybody's got a group chat now.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be funny if all the world leaders had like a Signal group chat that was just full of all of them talking shit?
Honestly, no. It would be funny, but it wouldn't be surprising at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'd be hilarious.
But to kind of get into this here, so long story short is it kind of like OSINT and like technical says, this is probably one of the most insane
Sorry.
foreign policy and national security stories in the last 50 years. Essentially, this signal chat between JD Vance and Pete Hegseth and a bunch of different high level like military and like defense personnel got leaked because an unknown somebody accidentally added a reporter, something Goldberg from the Atlantic in there. And
of course,
I don't know anybody who reads the Atlantic or who gives a fuck about what the Atlantic thinks, but just the fact that your OPSEC was so poor that you didn't even check to see, hey, who's in this group chat with me? Like, I don't know about y'all, but if I get added to a group chat, the first thing I do is I look on who the fuck is in this chat with me to make sure I know how reckless I can speak.
Yeah, there's a Fed in the chat. I don't know. So wait, what is this here saying? So JD Vance is talking to Pete Hegseth. If you think we should do it, let's go. Is that referring to the fighting the Houthis?
Yep, and that was where it kind of segues in there, is that JD Vance didn't think that fighting the Houthis was a good idea. He actually said in there that he thinks that Donald Trump is making a mistake and that it completely runs counterintuitive to everything he campaigned on, and that basically Hegseth said, I get it. I don't want to see Europe bailed out either, and it's fucking pathetic. But we're the only ones who can do this, and it's not even close when it comes to, like, 1 to 2. Like, we are the only country that can do this shit and realistically get away with it. So we have no choice, and this just goes back to, I don't think that Donald Trump really wanted to be an anti-war, like, president. He wanted to be the power broker president and to be the big swinging dick president. And this is where we're at now. Peter Hegseth is essentially our like generation's version of Patton, as far as I'm concerned.
You want to say something, Mitch?
You look like it.
Having some technical difficulties here, so I'm trying to fix this.
Oh, god damn it, Mitch. Usually you're good for these things. Tim.
Yeah. Well, okay, so
Feds in the group chat, good or bad?
Well, it's pretty good because it's going to give us more transparency as to like conversations and things that are happening. I'm always for more transparency, so that's good. I don't think that they're going to be so bold. Somebody was saying in here, I think it was Turtleneck was saying something about national security details in a signal chat, not in a skiff. I don't think that they're going to be so bold as to methods and strategies and talk like that. Because if we go back to this one here, right, this screenshot here, he's talking about let's just make sure our messaging is tight. That's just them coordinating to make sure that that public facing discussions are together and on point, that there's no division, no leaks, room for error there. So I don't really think it's going to be like anything like any of these texts. I haven't seen them yet. I just keep hearing about a group chat between people in high office, which makes sense. But yeah, I don't think they're going to be so bold as to leak methods and strategies that way. It is kind of funny that they're so discombobulated that they can't keep the feds out of their chat. they can't keep it internal to the boys. They got to let in these rogue actors. Goldberg should have seen that coming. It was pretty obvious. I didn't say it. You said it with your eyes.
I'm just saying. I'm just noticing.
Yeah. What are you talking about? I ain't saying. What are you saying?
I got
want
more
to elaborate.
I got more to say as far as like the whole situation over there. But as far as the group chats and stuff go, not surprising. I don't think it's going to be anything too revealing. Obviously, Democrats would be smart to point this out as like, unprofessional, uncoordinated, or they could say it was coordinated and they don't actually believe these things. There's a whole bunch of different ways you could spin this to say that the Trump administration is incompetent, and strategically that would be the right thing to do. And so it's just going to be weaponized against them. It's their own damn fault for letting anyone else but the boys in the chat.
Well, I mean, you control this. Like we're all in or have been in signal chats. You control who's in and out, especially if you're an admin. So to have a reporter added in, like obviously there's a record of who invited them, who approved them being in there. You know, you don't just drop into a signal chat and all of a sudden you can just start chit-chatting with everybody and seeing shit there.
Chuck sent me a message and said Michael Waltz, the national security advisor, was the leaker.
It could be possible, These are people that obviously, like, no offense to, Trump that he wants people who are loyal, but these are also people who have their own agendas here, are trying to push their own
100%.
thing.
Yeah.
Let's be very frank here in that in our efforts to drain the swamp and kill off the deep state, we have unfortunately had to get in the bed with deep state people and, deep operatives within the deep state. There's a reason why Kash Patel hasn't turned that FBI headquarters into a museum yet, and it's not because he got distracted along the way, I'm sure.
Sent me a message. No, okay, Joe, fuck you. Join the Discord. That's how you're going to get me more directly, because this shit goes by too quick. I get notifications for Discord. Stuff in chat just keeps moving. Yeah, sorry. Anyway, no, I got more to say on like the whole Houthi situation. I mean, because it's kind of crazy. Like, all right, so what is America's interest in taking out these Houthi pirates or Houthi rebels or whatever? It's to secure trade routes, right? That's what like Trump keeps talking about. We have to secure the trade routes. We have to send out our naval ships to secure the routes. We got to bomb their infrastructure so they can't attack us anymore. And then simultaneously, we're also going to negotiate on the behalf of the Yemenis people and try to get some kind of ceasefire for their civil war. Like that's the Trump message that keeps coming out. But Trump, like you said at the beginning of this, also pointed to Iranian influence in the region and saying that he wanted to reduce that and accused Tehran of supplying weapons, funding, strategic support, and said that they will be held fully responsible for any attacks. I think that is probably coming from the war side cabinet, or the war side of his cabinet, the war hawks over there, like the Lindsey Grahams and everybody else. It's the same Bolton problem we had before. Everybody wants to go to war, and we're just hoping that Trump doesn't say yes. But especially after the attack in Butler, you mentioned it before, that's where I first started hearing it, was right after Butler. They said, this is an Iranian plant, this is an Iranian involvement, and then just from there, it just kept building. And Iran has always been on that Project for New American Century list. It's been for decades now. It's been something that they've been trying to go after and target. And so this is a convenient excuse. If you can point to current problems, i.e. the Houthi pirates and all the stuff that they're doing, then you have that convenient excuse. Another convenient excuse, I'm not saying, I'm just noticing, the Israel and Gaza conflict, because the Houthis have explicitly said that their reason for attacking the trade routes was to get back at Israel and the U.S. for their involvement in Gaza. And Trump has only doubled down on the Gaza situation since he's been elected. Houthi said that they escalated their attacks after things intensified in 2023. Says America is paying the price for their role in support of Israel in Gaza. So the direct connections to Iran through that is also very convenient. And then Iran also has other connections to Hamas directly in Gaza and in Hezbollah as well. So they're funding all of these anti-Israel groups, and so it's just a very convenient target to pick them out. There's a lot of other ways that we could get out of this and deal with this better, but
the thing is,
that's what we've chosen.
The thing is with Trump is I feel like even though he might want peace, he very much so believes in being the strong man in the room too, and he's not going to look weak to Iran, Russia, or any of those. Going after the Houthis is once again, going by the old task and purpose video that I saw months ago that I brought up last week with Rob. The Houthis are the easiest target to go after because sure, Iran and Russia will say, hey, don't do that. But it kind of sends the message without having to go after them more directly. Instead, you're going after one of the proxies.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Donkey, it's like an onion. There's so many layers, and the more you peel that onion, the more you want to cry. Like, I agree with everything you guys said, and I think you still haven't even begun to scratch the surface of that.
Oh, sure.
There. Like, it is absolutely continue to perpetuate the war in Yemen and the genocide in Yemen. We're also there to help support the Israelis with the trade routes there, because only less than 1% of our trade products go through the Suez Canal, but all of the aid that Israel gets goes through there. Not only that, it sends a message to Europe that you need to get your shit together because we're the only ones who can do this. So yeah, maybe you might want to figure this the fuck out. it's also going to put pressure on Iran that, hey, we're going to fuck these people up, and hey, we're not even worried if you know we're going to fuck you up because we're right here. So, you might want to stop fucking around with Israel. So once again, secondly, it has an additional Israel protection layer. And not for nothing either, it's kind of like Mitch said, is that Trump wants nothing more than to play the strong man. He's got to stand from a position of power at all times. That is his whole persona. So if you got a guy who's like, we're not going to do anything, let him have it, I don't care, like, all right, like, it makes him look weak. So there's just so many layers to this whole Houthi situation that makes it absolutely absurd that we're in on this. But at the end of the day, like, it supports Europe more than it supports us. It's not America first. It's not in our national interest in the deep, in the big scope of things. And the fact we just sent another 3-4 B-2 stealth bombers over to Diego Garcia, which, if you don't know, is an Air Force base in the middle of the Indian Ocean, which just hypothetically could be a really great strategic point. Oh yeah, Google Diego Garcia.
Is there a picture of this place? I want to see this.
When MH317 went missing, a lot of people speculated that it was an inside thing and that it landed in Diego Garcia. It's an American Air Force base. Go ahead and Google. Tim, you go ahead and Google it.
I'm working on it. Yeah.
I appreciate it. There, like
the largest island in British Indian territory. That one.
I mean,
joint UK US Air Base. Yeah.
Oh man, crazy. Why would we have several nuclear capable?
This is the air base. Go ahead.
Can you imagine being stationed there?
Looks nice.
Yeah. Looks
yeah,
nice.
I mean, like,
you have to understand something. The people who are getting stationed there, Mitch, are not your 9-to-5 guys. Yeah. These are, like I said, they're stealth bomber. These are fighter jet and stealth bomber pilots. These are black ops guys that are about to get flown in, like special forces, Green Berets, Delta SEALs. Like, that's what I'm saying. Why do we just send another 3 B-2 stealth bombers, like the most most performance-able stealth bomber in our fleet?
I had to that was good.
Stealth bombers. The thing with stealth bombers is apparently even though they are made to be stealth, they aren't exactly completely undetectable on radar.
You're telling me they're not invisible like in Wonder Woman?
No, it turns out you can look up and see them. Your eyes don't deceive you. There is a plane there.
Mitch, if you physically see a B-2 bomber in the sky.
I have seen one. I grew up by an Air Force base. I've seen it all.
But if you are in a foreign country like Iran and you look up and you see any type of U.S. military warplane in the sky, I just want you to understand that you are now counting down. You are now working in minutes and maybe seconds to your death.
Please don't poop on me. Please don't poop on me. Please don't poop on me.
Exactly. Every day, I live by an Air Force base where they do a ton of training with F-16 and A-10 Warthogs. And every day, when these things buzz over my house, I just look at my wife and go, I guess this is how people in Iraq and Afghanistan felt for 20 years, wondering if this is the day they're going to die or not, hearing that shit. Because you never know. You never know.
Yeah. I don't know. All this shit's crazy. Trump awards Boeing $20 billion contract for 6th generation F-47 fighter.
What?
Listen, those Boeing guys that me and Rob met with said they don't get government money. That's bullshit. So
that's crazy.
They
don't get government money, but their company definitely does.
A million% does.
Number 2, this is going to be terrible, bro. I purposely, when I'm flying commercial, I look to see what type of fucking plane the airline flies. If it's an Aerobus, booked. If it's a Boeing plane, I'm looking for another company. And I'm willing to pay more to not die, not have my plane crash, not roll over on the runway.
Do you think the what's more to blame? The Boeing, the aircraft manufacturer, or the airline company who employs the DEI practices and all that kind of stuff, puts diversity over merit?
Boeing.
What? Come on, no way.
No,
Really?
because Boeing is the one that's doing the DEI. The people just buy the planes. Boeing's the one who like actually
Boeing's the one
builds
that
them
enforces
We
the
need
yeah.
and
we
maintenance
need
is done. Like if you buy a plane, you have like somebody from Boeing comes out to fix them. Somebody from Airbus. You don't just have an in-house team. You have to
Where's
have
Nomi
Boeing
at?
certified.
He's our aircraft mechanic. He can tell
we
us.
we have an aircraft mechanic in the chat, and we
We
also
do.
have a pilot who occasionally comes on the show.
Yes.
Yeah, well, he's not allowed to speak under threat of his life.
Yeah, he like the FAA will murder him. And
They said,
his
we don't care
entire-
how gay you are. You're going to get fired. Okay.
Yeah, DEI don't protect you from a bullet.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, being
what
gay,
I'm saying is
being
that
gay
these peop-
isn't diverse enough. I'm sorry.
No. Well, that's what I'm saying
he's
here.
white.
Like, he's male.
Yeah,
They are male.
damn.
That counteracts the gayness.
Yeah.
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 Hi,
But-
Mara.
But Boeing, but I'm going to blame Boeing because once again, they're the ones who build the planes.
Yeah.
They're the ones who dictate the mechanics of them. They're the ones who hold the standard. Like there's a reason why when all these accidents happen, people from Boeing are sent out and investigators. There's a reason why their mechanics are also sent out. When every time you hear about this shit, that Boeing sent out mechanics to help. Yes, it's because they're obligated to. If there's a problem, Boeing, Airbus, all these companies are obligated to send out these people to make sure these fucking aircrafts are airworthy, or it fucks them too.
Here you go. Ronan is celebrating 4 months of continued membership. We thank you, Ronan, for everything.
Ronan.
Not just the 4 months, but
What
all
if
the stuff.
SpaceX made airplanes?
Would you trust those planes?
I don't know, bro. Like I've seen enough SpaceX rockets blow up to wonder.
Yeah, but
I mean,
that
I
was the
watched those
testing.
SpaceX rockets get launched.
Here's the thing,
Bro, I watch
Elon-
those. I watch
ahead.
those rockets get launched constantly. Like I
Yes.
can see them get launched from my
And-
house.
I know, and we've
Like,
talked about this.
I'd have a lot more. Yeah, I'd have a lot more trust in them. Actually,
No, because
fuck it, I'm
Shooting
Like,
rockets into
yeah.
space
I-
and landing planes
I'm
are two different
trying to-
things.
I know, and I'm trying
Listen,
to explain
listen.
myself here.
Go ahead.
Is that Elon's been
I don't have the
quoted-
black hat, so I'm going to do with geeks and
Oh
gamers.
my
but go
god.
on.
So Elon's been quoted, and interrupting Mitch over here can back me up on this. Elon has said several times that he fucking shoots those rockets off and basically I'm gonna blast them off until they fucking break, and when they break, I'm gonna study why they break so I can make the next one better.
Right.
I'm not ready to be on the test plane that's flying and whoop, the fucking nose fell off. Well, we're gonna make the next one stronger, but sorry, Josh, you died. I'm not.
I don't
I don't
think
want to fly in SpaceX planes. I'm sorry.
SpaceX planes, if you follow the path of Tesla and Grok and everything else he's doing, are going to be self-flying planes. And so I feel like the smart thing to do would be to have a lot of testing before that happens. I think the general question, though, is do you trust Elon over these Boeing executives or whoever? And probably all of our past guests tell us we should not. Jeff Hahn says no. Derek Bros says no. Everybody says they're all fucking plants and they're all trying to kill us. So take that with a grain of salt. But I still trust him more than those other guys. Listen. All I can say is this. Okay. Elon has never threatened me to my face about the terrible things he could do to me. The Boeing executives have. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
That is a valid argument. But
yeah,
here
it's true. Ask Rob.
I know. I did ask
Tim
Rob. and
suicidal?
No, I'm not.
Tim's not suicidal. But I want to counter argue this with you there,
Sure.
Mr.
Yeah.
Sir.
Mr. Sir. Yes.
Mr. Sir. Is that the Boeing executives threatened you to your face?
Yeah.
So
they got
you
balls.
know that. Yeah, they have balls. You've never met Elon. You never even had the chance for him to threaten you to your face yet. He's told you straight out online, though, that he's like, you can get fucked too if you want. We can fuck everybody over.
Listen, how much, Elon? Okay, you got lots of money. Everybody
So
says
does
they're
Boeing.
not gay. Everybody says they're not gay, but $10 million make you think a lot different.
Bowen's got at least 20 right there, big sexy. 20 million's a lot of dollars.
Yeah, but Elon's got more. Elon has more money than Boeing.
Elon's got magical money that only exists because of his assets.
Yeah.
He sounds like a leftist now. Like, oh, he's a multi-billion dollars. Like, he's rich.
Well,
Did you know this?
all that. Well, I guess we'll touch on this later, but all that money went away.
Oh, yeah, but then it came. But
Yeah,
you know, and
but it came
we'll get
back.
into that. But it came
Yeah,
back. I promise.
yeah,
Here.
yeah.
All right.
Yo,
I was trying
But
to find this video of Elon. There was something where it said like when the autism strikes, and Trump is having like a conversation off to the side. I can't
oh,
find the post, but Trump's having a conversation off to the side, and Elon is playing with spoons and trying to balance them.
and he did.
He
And
did.
everybody around
Yeah.
him was like, "Wow, that's really cool." Like
Yeah.
this is like.
I can't find the post right now, but I saw it.
Oh my
earlier
God!
today.
How it was viral for like 3 days straight. You could not see it on fucking X. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh man! Speaking of things you couldn't not see on X, segueing out of the
Yeah,
Houthis
yeah.
things. Now that we've gotten done talking about the Sand People in great quantity, here is the JFK files. 1 week later, boys.
From our favorite Jew account.
Favorite
This is
Jew
the same. This is the same account that we highlighted last time. Just saying.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. Hail chat. What did we miss?
hail chat.
Elon will get you pregnant if he were that close to you. True.
He might. I would let him too. Like why
Yeah.
not?
All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
So
I mean, you could twist some money out of him, like like if Ashley
Well-
Sinclair can do it. Just saying.
you know you haven't heard from Ashley Sinclair in a couple weeks. I wonder what happened.
She probably took a Boeing flight.
Probably got hot to it.
She probably
Oh,
got
found it.
herself a good check.
I found
Oh,
it.
we found it. All right. Before we get into the JFK stuff here, let's all look at Elon being a fucking autist in the White House.
He's sitting over here balancing spoons on forks on his fucking pinky. Meanwhile, Trump's over here having conversations with whoever the fuck that is.
Like
That's what they're talking about.
He's like, "This is my retard, Elon. Elon need." Like he's very smart, but he's
And he
fucking
got him
retarded.
one, dude. She's in on it. She wants.
Oh yeah,
to see him
she's like
succeed.
she's all in. Like if you see other videos of her like laughing and smiling, like the dude behind her, she's like pointing it out to him, like look at how smart he is.
Yeah. Does he keep going? I don't know how long this video is.
Yeah, it's like 6 seconds, bro. But this shit's just funny. Like
Yeah.
it just shows you how
She got
like,
bored. She got bored. Never mind. She's bored. Pulled her phone out. Sorry. Get you a bitch who likes you watch you balance spoons.
Get a bitch who's into your autism.
Yeah. Anyway, back to JFK. I'm sorry.
Well,
My autism struck, and I had to show you Elon.
I know I got excited.
Yeah.
So what have we learned, boys? It's been a little over a week. We said we
Yeah.
were going to possibly do a deep dive on last Thursday, and then we didn't because, we all have lives and jobs and, real people shit. So what have we learned a week later, guys? Anything interesting?
I mean, I wanted you to go through your stuff here, but I did my own little dive on what was revealed, so I'll save it. But yeah, what did you find?
Well, we found here, looking at the notes here, secret black ops, missions
this
going
post,
on in
yeah.
the CIA. That's
Yeah.
common sense shit, bro. You didn't need
I think
the
this is
fucking-
the same post that we had last time. Yeah.
I mean, here I thought
Yeah.
Call of Duty Black Ops was all fiction.
Right. and
The government
no.
would never do that.
That there is still heavily redacted portions of this for
Yep.
quote unquote security reasons. So Lord only knows.
Yeah.
And because it wouldn't be an American like Black Ops scandal if a Bush wasn't involved.
Yeah, so indisputable from Roger Stone. For 30 years, George H.W. Bush has insisted that he could not remember where he was the day JFK was shot and killed. That is kind of crazy.
So Trevor Moore was right.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. In fact, Bush was in Dallas the morning, and Tyler texts us at lunchtime, returning to Dallas in the evening. Bush called the FBI office in Houston minutes after JFK's murder to establish an alibi. And so, he's got a whole thing on the Bush crime family. And
Oh, yeah.
I got that book over there. That's one of the few books I own.
On-
But yeah,
On top of that, it was apparently, I don't know if it was common knowledge or leaked. I didn't know it was, so it was new
Yeah, sure.
knowledge for me. But allegedly, George Herbert Walker Bush over here was Jackie Kennedy's handler, and there's allegations that those two might have had an ongoing affair leading all the way back to her time with John F. Kennedy. Could you imagine cheating on JFK
What?
with,
I mean,
HW?
with H.W. Bush?
With Pappy Bush? No fucking way.
Happy, but yes, there apparently, and once again, I was looking for the post all afternoon. I couldn't find it, so it's not in my show notes here. But there was allegedly, as part of the release, there was like a phone call between the two where he was like, "Why are you leaving town? Why didn't you tell me? You should never leave town without." And she's on there, "Oh, I'm gonna miss you so much," and giggling and all this shit, and like. I'm really hoping it's like somebody's just, AI faking it for the likes, but like,
right.
Holy shit, mean, Jackie Kennedy and Pappy Bush.
One thing I can tell you is JFK was quite the poon hound. Like, probably one of my favorite Secret Service stories from Secret Service Confessions was when JFK had two chicks at the White House pool, and he got word from the Secret Service that Jackie was back in town and she would be there momentarily. So he literally just went up to both of the Secret Service agents, gave them both drinks, and said, "Gentlemen, this is both your party now." And
I mean, I remember somewhere, I don't know how true it was, but he had quoted, like one of the Secret Service members quoted him saying that if he didn't get a strange piece of ass every day, it gave him a severe migraine.
Yeah, I heard Bill Clinton suffered from the same affliction.
I mean,
Democrats, man.
JFK was absolutely a poon hound and a womanizer. Like, I don't put that against the man. Like, if I'm gonna have a president, like a world leader, somebody who's in charge of the greatest nation in the world, being a womanizer is really low on my list of things that like I'm gonna hold against you. Like, oh, you like vagina?
Yeah.
Wow, you're just like me. I like vagina too. Wow. Thanks
for
not being a faggot, JFK.
Kennedy's awesome.
Yeah, I like sex too.
Yeah,
we should be friends.
I like women. I like women. He likes women. He's just like us. He's one of our kind. Like, but that was like JFK. Like, there wasn't really a lot that was leaked out of this. So it's like all these JFK files. I think El Barfo said in the chat was mostly a nothing burger. Like, did anybody get anything that you didn't think was common sense or you could have figured out on your own?
Here's the thing. If we're just looking at this purely from the conspiracy and we're ignoring the whole like common sense aspect of things, there were a lot of things in here that seemed to raise more questions in regards of, okay, that's strange and that's interesting, but it's like I feel like I just have more questions after this.
Yeah.
The Bush thing was strange to me. That definitely gave me questions.
Trying to get it set up right.
The Bush thing, all the other little things that we discussed, like all the stuff that I saw popping up from all these other YouTube channels that I was looking at, it's like, if anything, this just raises more questions than it does answer anything.
So we need more redactions to be released.
Listen, all I'm saying is release every file.
That was what I was promised. Okay.
Unredacted. We were promised unredacted full release.
I want the Malcolm X file. Who killed Malcolm X?
That I want too. Like, do we really think this is all of the JFK files? By the way, like I
don't think this is what Trump saw. You remember how Trump said, "If you saw what I saw, you wouldn't release it." I don't think this is what he saw.
Yeah.
There's no way this is what he saw.
And we still don't have the Epstein files.
Well, he's
phase
on
2.
that list.
Where's phase 2, motherfuckers?
You can't.
Sitting on Pam Bondi's fucking desk right now.
Yeah.
As the days go by, she becomes less and less of a wood for me.
We're gonna get
right now. It's kind of in the hate fucking scenario.
This is a gift, so we're gonna get flagged for graphic violence, but that's okay. I'm just gonna leave it there.
We've watched the Zapruder footage on here before, haven't we?
I don't think so, but maybe. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure we have.
I can't remember.
I think actually the Zapruder files actually classify as historical, so they waive the violence.
We'll see.
I've seen a ton of deep dives.
We like to test the boundaries around here.
We're gonna find out one way or the other here, but like I mean, like all of this stuff about there was a second shooter, one of the Secret Service agents, like you see here, they're saying shot him. Jackie was involved on it. Like all of this shit. Like I'm not.
The weirdest one is real quickly. The weirdest one is that one CIA guy who said that they did it and then died.
I don't even think he said.
Imagine that.
Yeah, we didn't even say he did it. He said that like it was a small clique of CIA agents who did it,
Right.
and then he died.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that's the weirdest one.
Barfo's having fun with himself in the chat
I
there.
know, he's like,
Are we taking what Trump says seriously? Yeah, I think this is a comment about how people used to say it's like people would take Trump literally but not seriously. Like you ever heard that saying? Like his supporters would take him seriously but not literally, and people who hated him would take him literally but not seriously. I don't know how to take Trump right now, but I was promised one thing and I didn't get it. Okay.
I just wanted Ross free and Bitcoin stuff. So
and you got all of that. So Mitch is a happy camper.
Yeah, I'm happy. I got what I wanted.
No, he got both, dude.
I based my things off of whatever Trump said at the LP National Convention, and most of those things have panned out pretty well. Aside from oh wait, no, we got RFK. Never mind.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Our first libertarian, but we'll get to that.
That's going to come up. All right. So my deep dive on what's been released for the JFK files this week. So no smoking gun, like you guys were saying already. No smoking gun directly pointing to any one person or group. So there's nothing that says this guy did it. And anybody who's expecting that, I think we said before the files came out, like it's not realistic to think that was going to happen. There was some new information, though. The new information, there was information about an agent that was sent to kill Castro with a poison pen device at the time of JFK's death. It's not really relevant to JFK's assassination, but what it does prove is that there were active assassination plots by the CIA to provides more motive for defenders of Castro, and that was the JFK, or that was the Oswald connection, right? Oswald was always supposed to be like this communist Marxist guy, and so if you're actively pursuing his idol or one of his idols, then that would give him motivation to kill you. So the other revelation throughout here was a guy named John Rosselli, who was a mobster that was involved with the CIA in their anti-Castro plots, and says that that individuals he placed near Castro for the CIA plot to kill him, quote, turned right around and killed Kennedy, end quote. So he's saying that basically the mob was working with the CIA, plotted to kill Castro, and those same assets, quote, turned right around and killed Kennedy, which implicates the CIA a little bit further. JFK and RFK. Go ahead. Yeah, I got a lot more.
Just get this straight. This would be an attack dog situation where they trained the attack dog and then the attack dog turned on them.
Yeah, I don't think that John Rosselli wanted to turn against Kennedy. Maybe he did, because I got more that kind of leads to that. But yeah, go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, I was gonna say, think about it more of like your team hates their like squad leader, so you train your assault dog to attack your squad leader. The squad leader had no involvement, but that's still his dog, and yeah,
I got you.
This is
plausible deniability.
Oh, well, that comes up a lot.
Yeah, you saw it, and you see it in the LP all the time. We have small cliques of fucking individuals who all band together to try and ruin everything for the mass majority because they're fucking pathetic losers who hate their lives.
Yeah, so
this is not.
Yeah, so there was a connection. There was a connection where the CIA was using mobsters and people in the mafia as assets to commit crimes for them. And basically, you just think about it. It makes sense, right? We know that you're guilty of all these crimes, but we're not going to prosecute you if you do these things for us. Be an asset for us, do these things, and you're good to go. So that all kind of makes sense. The problem is JFK and RFK were very vocal and actively campaigned against the mafia and called them, quote, the enemy within. I think RFK wrote a book called The Enemy Within, specifically talking about Jimmy Hoffa, the Teamsters, and all the problems with the mafia and the mobsters there. So it is possible that they could have used the anti-Castro plots as a cover story, and then ultimately twisted those around into being anti-JFK. So like Josh was kind of alluding to earlier, I think, you tell me if I'm wrong, but like I think you were saying, is they could have trained them. It's like training you to go kill somebody, and then your target shifts at the last minute. You know, it's kind of like decompartmentalization, right? So like you train to kill Castro over and over. Maybe you train to shoot him as he's driving down the road, and then that asset flips and decides to shoot. I'm not saying the mafia was. I have a better theory, I think, for what happened here. But there was other new info that was revealed in here. A lot of it dealing with the FBI, the CIA, and the mob. New info also revealed that the FBI knew about the CIA's connection in collaboration with mobsters. This all failed thanks to a botched operation in Florida. Everybody take a drink.
Florida.
Florida comes in for the win. Thanks to a botched operation in Florida, it failed because the co-conspirator Sam Gianca used the CIA's resources to bug his girlfriend's hotel room, and that whole thing went sideways, which led to the arrest of a private detective who exposed the Castro plot. The CIA intervened before the story could be widely publicized, citing national interest to cover up the story. Again, it's not a smoking gun. It's not really super shocking, but it is confirmation that the CIA had a mob connection and there was potential involvement there. So back to what we started with, you know, nothing that says this guy did it and he's the guy who pulled the trigger, but it does kind of show you that there was a relationship and a connection going on.
I mean, no surprise. If anybody who studied or followed the Whitey Bueller cases and
he admitted to being an informant later.
He was an FBI, but that was what I'm saying. The feds have been involved with the mob since the 30s and 40s. It's not if it comes out later that JFK was killed by some mobsters, not surprising. Would not surprise me at all. There's so it honestly, and I think during the Reagan administrations, the shift from the FBI and the feds from we're going to use the mob as our organized crime syndicate to commit dirty deeds, and then they shifted to we're going to use black urban street gangs, and that was why the crack epidemic happened.
Yeah, I got more. I'm trying to change this up. JFK, Marilyn Monroe. Wasn't there pictures of them together? Didn't they hang out a lot?
Oh yeah,
that
was the bitch who popped out of the cake. Happy birthday, Mr.
The CIA killed Marilyn Monroe.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Dude fucking confessed to that on his deathbed because it was the only one that he ever felt bad about.
Dude, how could you choose? How could you choose Kennedy over Monroe? You just can't.
He was already married. Yeah. He's a Catholic. This was back when divorce was not considered to be kosher, especially as a Catholic.
Yeah. No, I'm just putting that up there because Barfo pointed out that his head has exploded so many times. So let your head explode.
The problem with Marilyn Monroe was she fucked everyone, including Bobby Kennedy, Castro. There were a lot of
Monroe
people.
Liked sex.
She liked sex. And she liked talking about it, so
what
that's kind of why. If she was smart, listen, she probably wasn't thinking about this because she was just some chick. But if she was smart, she would have set up a kill switch. Hey, if you motherfuckers kill me, then the stories that you don't want me to talk about all go out. But no,
I don't care. She could have sat on my face all night.
Oh, I know. I'm not disagreeing. I am not disagreeing.
Marilyn Monroe,
That's why Kennedy's my favorite.
Yeah, I don't blame Kennedy for that. You look at Jackie Kennedy. Don't get me wrong, Jackie Kennedy is a very beautiful woman.
No, she's got the deformity that says "Don't breed with this woman."
Go pull up the video of her crawling out after the assassination.
I don't know about all that.
You seen the picture of that?
That donkey was chonky there, Shrek. That donkey was chonky, Shrek. It was like an onion. It had layers to it.
Well,
you just peeled that shit back and it kept going. Ugh.
I just wanted to have something more pleasant to look at while I finish up the JFK.
But Marilyn Monroe got around, man.
Yeah. Monroe was the Amber Rose of her generation.
So, there's no good segue.
No good segue.
No good segue from Amber Rose.
Yeah, no. I just want to wrap up the last thing that we got. The last new
JFK
information.
wrapped it up too,
Yeah.
just for reference.
Yes. Well, hopefully. Well, it wouldn't matter really, because you get shot in the
Yeah.
head. Do you matter? Like, fuck it, I'm raw dog. I don't care what you got. If I'm dying tomorrow,
you
we're
get
raw
pregnant,
dogging.
I ain't gonna be alive to see that kid.
Yeah.
JFK, low-key African-American too.
So the last thing that was kind of revealed throughout was that the CIA had an intentional, going back to what Mitch said earlier, had an intentional plausible deniability strategy with relation to JFK's anti-Castro involvement. Previous testimony from the Warren Commission from JFK's closest advisors claimed that he would have never approved of assassination plots against Castro. And if you remember, after Bay of Pigs, the Cuban Missile Crisis, all that kind of stuff, he was very wary of, provoking them any further or getting involved with them militarily. So it's easy to assume that any kind of assassination plot he would have viewed as super risky, not only to him personally, but politically as well. New information suggests that CIA may have kept JFK in the dark on purpose. Maybe they exposed him to some unknown risk from Castro. Maybe it was just so that they could operate without his approval. We see this now with Donald Trump and the FBI working against him and everybody else. And so all of this new information, like you guys said earlier, it's not anything super revelatory. It's not anything that you wouldn't have thought was going on to begin with. But from what I've been able to put together from it, the most likely culprit, in my opinion, was rogue elements within the CIA. Rogue just simply defined as without Kennedy's authority. Obviously, if you're going to plot to kill him, you're not going to tell him about it. So it's just people that would, work out outside of his jurisdiction. In coordination with the mob. I do think that there is a strong mob connection here. Oswald himself, like he said, actually, I believe that the guy, he said he was a patsy. If you remember, before he was killed, he was saying he was set up. He was a patsy. It's all not true. I believe that. I'm not sure whether Oswald himself was an asset or if he was just a useful idiot Marxist that they could try to pin the blame on. That part's not clear to me. But what is clear to me is that he was set up to be the fall guy, obviously. And my guess, based on the new revelations and the information from before, is that the CIA used their mob connections via Jack Ruby, who once again had extensive mob ties and mob connections, to basically take one for the team. And had take him out before any connections to the CIA were revealed. And if we assume that that's true, then there's no reason to. And I think if you take all of this, if we take all that, we say, if we assume that the CIA was working without any knowledge from JFK or his people, I think there's no reason to believe that we will ever have a clear answer, even with all these things that were redacted and everything else in there. If we assume it's true that it's a rogue element of the CIA, they use the mob and other people to clear them up, there's never going to be definitive proof one way or the other. Because if you're that person, just put yourself in that situation. You're trying to kill the president. You're in the CIA. You are not going to leave any physical evidence. You're not going to write anything down. This is supposedly the most sophisticated intelligence agency in the world. Do you think that they are that stupid to put in writing, hey, we killed JFK. We pulled the fucking trigger and we did it. Redacted. They're not going to fucking do that. I don't think they're going to do it. So Josh is shaking his head. Man, I don't know if you disagree with me or not, but
I do.
No, I just want to point out off the books means off the books.
Yeah, you're gonna. They wrote it down somewhere. It's just not on anything formal or official or anything that we're gonna find probably even in our lifetime. It's gonna be like 200 years from now, some douchebag fucking great grandkid of one of these fucking CIA agents be like, so I got this shoebox. And in this shoebox, there's an envelope. And in this envelope, there's a letter. And in this letter, it's like a diary inscription of like my great uncle's grandfather's second cousin, twice removed, and 3 times fucking.
You know what it'll be, though? It won't be like the smoking gun or like anything like that. What it'll be is my grandfather on his deathbed told his brother, sister that this thing happened.
Well, real quickly, that's how we found out that the CIA killed Marilyn Monroe. Is there was the one guy
allegedly.
Who recorded, we can find the video. The video is out there.
That's what I'm saying. It's all hearsay. If you take this to court and you say somebody said it happened, they're gonna say,
Yeah,
"Where's
but
your
I just
physical
wanna
evidence?"
say, like, this is a CIA guy on his deathbed talking about this. I can't help but take it a little kinda seriously,
Sure.
especially when he's saying that this is the only one that he ever felt bad about because to kind of paraphrase it, if you go watch the video, he basically says, I was always killing, like, communists or, like, horrible people, but, like, this was, like, just some girl who fucked the wrong people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, like, this was the one that, according to him, he always felt bad about.
Joe,
So,
you're making a
I don't
joke,
know.
but this also kind of feeds into my point though, is because like they
probably
didn't
had
have
signal
signal
chat.
chats. They didn't have.
Probably did though.
They
Like,
didn't though. They
but-
They
didn't.
had Telegram, literal
No,
Telegram.
like, no,
literal
seriously.
telegram.
No, but they
Oh,
like
nasty.
this is what they like. It kind of like hate to like kind of backtrack back into the
Sure.
whole like
Go
signal
ahead.
chat thing. But this is where a lot of people were talking about like we do have secured and like communications channels like signal chat, like we call it like signal like channels in like
It's an
the
encrypted
military.
communication system. That's all it is.
It's a secure community.
Yeah.
Like they had that absolutely. Like it wasn't called, obviously it wasn't Signal or like what we know
Right,
is like
right,
Telegram and shit nowadays, but they did. And the reason like they probably didn't use it then and they don't use it now especially is because they were terrible. They were horrible to work with. They weren't fucking reliable. They didn't get messages across in a timely manner, and they're just, like, that's what I'm saying here. We're going to find the smoking gun eventually, like, probably after all of us are dead and gone and turned to dust. But to say that they weren't using back channels and communications and security, like, no, they were. Like, half the problem with the Fed fucking operatives is that they're so disassociated from the federal government themselves that they actually are a shadow government. Like, fuck, even Donald Trump talked about how the CIA acts as a shadow fucking government for the United States and how that's part of the fucking deep state and why we have such issues in this country. So,
Yeah.
to say that they weren't like, oh, they didn't have a signal chat, like, no, they did. It wasn't called Signal. It wasn't what we would think about it in the current sense, but no, they did. They talked about it. There's chats out there somewhere probably, and, it's probably heavily redacted, and even Donald Trump can't see it.
Yeah.
And if he did, he
Well,
saw enough of it to know that he couldn't send it out, because if we saw what he saw, you would know why it's being hidden.
So, Josh,
Yeah.
going off of what you're talking about there, that reminds me of what we had discussed with MK Ultra some episodes ago. How the way we discovered MK Ultra documents wasn't because we were actively looking for them. A lot of times it was because we found them by accident. Because a lot of times these documents, instead of getting destroyed because people are still afraid of getting in trouble for that for some reason, to some degree, they will misplace them or mislabel them. So you'll have people who are going through these archives who are going and looking for things. And it's like, oh shit, here's the thing of MK Ultra.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you know why they're afraid, right, Mitch?
Go on. Yeah.
Why are they afraid, Josh?
Yeah.
Why are they afraid? Because number one, it's a very like, to misplace them isn't anything wrong. It's clerical error. To destroy them is a felony.
Yeah.
Not only that, if you have the right, politician in office, a Donald Trump and you're a hardcore liberal, or Joe Biden, you're a hardcore conservative, they could cite your ass for treason too. You know what happens when you get cited for treason, Mitchell?
You get the death penalty.
You get fucking faced against the wall and shot.
Yeah.
And they actually, no, I'm being very serious. They do shoot you.
Yeah.
They, like, part of, like, treason trials, they will shoot you. Like, you will be lined up and they will have a firing squad and they will kill you. So, yeah, people are like, well, I don't want to get rid of them because God forbid that the right politician decides to go on a groundhog fucking expedition and finds this shit. I don't want to be the one who destroyed it and I get hit with treason.
Well, I think that's probably what we're seeing with Epstein right now too. Is a lot of
You're
that.
goddamn right. Why do you think Pam Bondi's had that shit on her desk for like 2 months now?
Here, we do have some chats in there. I got a little bit more on JFK. It's gonna be a JFK heavy episode. I'm sorry, I did research. Can't FOIA non-official channels. Wait, what is this in reference to? Can't avoid FOIA on those unapproved comms. Can't FOIA non-official channels.
Yeah, you can't Freedom of Information Act non-official channels. It's not official. Like that signal chat that they were all in could never be FOIA because it's not
Yes.
an official government channel. Those like that's why like the feds, the spooks, the black ops guys, they love using commercial and backdoor means to communicate. Is because you can't FOIA that. There's
Sure.
no
And
government protocol
that's
to
where
subpoena that.
But this is my point, is that's where I think the real information is that you're never going to get. Like, those are the people, like, if they wrote it down somewhere, it's in, it's in a personal letter. Yeah.
All I'm saying is whichever one of you pulled the trigger that day in Dallas, you need to give us a good fucking deathbed confession, just like that dude who killed Monroe.
It's going to be like the grandson of the person who pulled the trigger. Like, that's who it's going to be. Like, I've been keeping this family secret for so many years and I need to cash in right now. It's going to be that one. And then it's like, now you've got like motive in there. Like, they're just telling a story to make money and they have a plausible connection. I don't know. I don't think we're ever going to get a clear answer one way or the other. You guys down to putt party later? Hell yeah. Sticky balls for real. Yeah, we're definitely going to do something later. After the show. That's a plug for the Discord. Thanks, Ronan. See, it's not just the money. It's the opportunities to plug. Last couple things I wanted to mention about this. So there were a couple things that I found that were not mentioned. George Bush being one of them, actually. As I looked up the new files and I wanted to see if there was anything in the new files that referenced George H.W. Nothing there. Also, you could say it's suspicious, you could say it's convenient, or you could say it's reality, but no new information that specifically mentions Israel, Mossad, or any other Israeli connection. So one of the things that I saw that kept going around after the JFK files were first released, it was Israel everywhere, dude. And I saw one guy that I don't remember who it was, and I didn't bother saving the post, but he pointed this out, and I think it's the fair take from it. There's one mention of Israel somewhere. And because of that, everyone says, "Oh, Israel fucking did it." And there's so many mentions of the CIA, but these fucking retards have to focus on Israel being the connection. Listen, Israel is guilty of a lot of fucking shit. I think there are many more plausible connections to the CIA, to Castro, to whoever that aren't Israel. Yeah, not everything is Israel's fault. There's fucking shitty, don't get me wrong, but not everything is their fault.
At this time, Israel was too busy having their top spy, Eli Cohen, doing his thing in Syria, where he was basically running an Epstein-style operation, blackmailing the Syrian elites. So, yeah, they were too busy with other shit at this time. They had regional shit to deal with.
Well, one of the people, and this is a mini segue because I know this isn't on Josh's notes, but it's something that I feel like I want to bring up just for content. Everybody's favorite Jew, Ben Shapiro. He put out a post. He did an op-ed recently saying, "Why the fuck does everyone care about JFK? Like, no one fucking cares." And immediately, all the comments are, because Israel was involved and you're just protecting Israel, and that's the whole thing. If you actually read Ben Shapiro's post, that's not what he said. And again, I think there's a more plausible explanation as to why he said that. So Ben Shapiro took the angle that most people are attacking Ben just because he's covering for Israel, but I don't think that. I think it's a couple different things. Either he's dumb, naive, or he's conniving. I think he's conniving. That's where I land. Ben Shapiro claims to still believe, after the new release of the JFK files, in the lone gunman theory, despite all the revelations and evidence that there was other collusion and other interested actors. Ben Shapiro, to this day, still says Lee Harvey Oswald was a lone gunman. He says that conspiracy theories they have no real evidence, that it's merely a symptom of greater distrust in government, and that's where he points the blame. He says, Lee Harvey Oswald was just mentally unstable, that he was an ideological zealot, that he was acting in accordance with Marxist sympathies. He was just defending Castro. That's Israel. Ben Shapiro has come out and multiple times before and after and said that the Warren Commission is the most definitive proof of what happened at the JFK assassination, that Lee Harvey Oswald was the lone gunman, and he did it because he's a crazy man, and sometimes crazy people do crazy things. That's Ben Shapiro's position. And if you read the op-ed, the article that he put out, this is exactly what it says, is that all of these speculations and accusations at Israel or the CIA or the mob or anybody, all of that is just a symptom because people don't trust the government. Meanwhile, Ben Shapiro also points out the Steele dossier, the problems with the Trump administration. But my theory on this is that Ben knows better, and he's just playing power games. But you want to say something, Josh? So I'm gonna let you jump in.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like Ben Shapiro has some ulterior motives here that he is trying to get across. So
You and I are on the same page. Yeah.
I'm not gonna discount what Benny Boy is saying over there. I'm just saying that I wouldn't consider Mr. Shapiro to be the most reliable source for these types of information there, considering who he is and what he advocates for exactly there. So
Yeah.
if I was looking for an advocating Jew, I probably wouldn't go with Ben Shapiro. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I don't believe Ben Shapiro's dumb. I think the most.
I would highly disagree. But
No. I think the most. I don't think he's dumb. I think he knows exactly what he's doing, and I'll explain why. But
He
go
has
ahead,
a
Mitch.
certain type of smarts to him. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I wouldn't,
Yeah.
on a philosophical level, I would disagree, but in
Sure.
other areas, he's definitely
Well-
very intelligent, and I wouldn't take that away from him.
Well,
Although with what we're seeing with the Daily Wire right now and the collapse, perhaps I need to this people age really poorly.
I'm not saying that the Jews lie. I just don't believe them. That's so good. I love that line. I love it. No, I don't think he's dumb. I don't even think that there's listen, here, let me explain it. I think the most charitable interpretation that you can give him is that he's dumb, is that he's naive. He just trusts the government. He trusts the authorities. He relies solely on the institutions of government who are known and proud professional liars to tell him the truth about what happened back then, which is ironic because he repeatedly talks about the lies and manipulation within the Republican and Democratic administrations, particularly with the Steele dossier, the corruption at the FBI, intelligence agencies related to Trump, and so many more things. He conveniently says that they're lying and full of shit and working behind to stab somebody in the back on that end. But on this, it's all above board. It could be straight up hypocrisy or contradictions, but a more cynical and, dare I say, more conspiratorial interpretation of his stance is that he knows he's being lied to, but doesn't care because he one day wishes to hold those positions of power within government. And if we see this with people, you guys know who I'm referencing. Sometimes they'll just go along to get along just so that they can get higher up in the rankings. Ben has previously spoken about his desire to be the first Orthodox Jew in the Supreme Court, and his actions up to this point, to me, show that he really wants to be seen as a serious commentator, an intellectual leader. And to do that, there are certain things that he just simply can't be associated with, conspiracy theories being one of them. So he wants to position himself in a position to where he can be elected to some position of authority, whether that's Supreme Court or whatever it is, some kind of advisor. Everybody wants to talk about his dual connection or his dual loyalties to Israel, and I think that may be genuine due to his religion or whatever it is. But I think if you sat Ben down and you made him choose between loyalty to Israel or relevancy, he would choose relevancy because he's a fucking snake. He's not a liar. He's not a dumbass. He's a snake, and he's trying to play the system to get where he wants to be, which is in a position of control. To do what? Who fucking knows? But that's what he's doing.
So basically, he wants to be William F. Buckley.
I've said that before. Yes, that's exactly where I know you know.
Everything you were saying there is like, I've heard you say this in a much.
That's my theory on Ben Shapiro. He wants to be Will F. Buckley. He wants to be the guy in charge. He wants to be the leader of a movement, and that's where he wants to be. And so whatever he has to say to get there.
I mean, Ben Shapiro already.
Cheers, Ronan. Go ahead.
Yeah, cheers to Ronan over here. But I mean, real rap, like even before Trump was elected and like leading into him getting elected, Ben Shapiro was already a known entity, and he was known as being like the anti-woke guy or the anti-progressive guy. Like, he was already a thought leader. Like, this was somebody that, like, I was running into, like, right-wing conservatives at a time where I was a lot more left libertarian, who were like, oh, you need to look at Ben Shapiro. Like, I had tons of people, like, circa 2015 to 2017, like, you need to check out, like, the two biggest people I was told to check out, Ben Shapiro and Milo, and fucking, whatever his fucking Greek-ass last
Milo
name is.
Yiannopoulos.
Yeah, Milo Yiannopoulos. Like, and honestly, I love Milo because, like, I totally get that he's playing a character, and I love how he just leans into that character, and, like, I don't really care about all the extra bullshit because it's fucking funny how entertaining that man is, but
Yeah.
like, Ben has always been a thought leader, so to say that he's not is like to kind of fly in the face of what really is going on. Is he a good thought leader though?
Yeah,
That's
no,
up for debate.
No, it's not up for debate. I think he's conniving as a motherfucker. I think he just wants to. I think he wants to ascend the ranks. And there are people who will say whatever they need to say and take whatever positions they need to take to ascend the ranks, and they'll probably be successful. What they do once they get there, that's the question.
I'm just saying, I've never seen Ben Shapiro go viral for having any kind of argument or debate for anybody who's
Unless
over
it's
the
with a
age
college.
of, like, 21. Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
Like, anybody who's not in college, like,
Yeah.
the one
Yeah,
time
that-
he
hard to do.
Like, his beef with Candace Owens, like, he clearly lost.
Oh,
in
for
my
sure.
opinion.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it was even close. Well, somebody else pointed that out too. It was like, you know, I think it was either Barfo or Turtleneck. It was one of those guys was saying when the last time I made this comparison about Ben Shapiro, they said, well, the difference is that William F. Buckley used to debate actual like knowledgeable people like Milton Friedman, and Ben Shapiro only debates college people. I won't run over Josh's show anymore. You will get more of the wild coming, but this is as far as my notes got before I ran out of time. So now it's going to be all raw dogging. I've been trying to provide substance. Okay. We got the substance.
I appreciate it. No, like,
Yeah.
this is good stuff, and this is stuff that I like.
Yeah.
You know, like, I just, the JFK stuff, like, to me, like, I think, like, I'm almost, like, I hate to say it, but I'm almost in the Ben Shapiro, like, column of, like, why do I care about this? This is some shit that happened when my mom was a kid. Like, what about the Epstein files? Like, why has that been sitting on Pam Bondi's desk for, like, 2 months? Like, when's phase 2 coming when we actually get some real shit and not some gay fag shit that you all are fucking doing? Like, I thought this administration was coming in to be not fake and gay, and I've gotten a whole lot of fake and fucking gay so far. Like, let's go, boys.
And
Yeah.
And
you know, this is one of those times where, guess what? I know this is a big shock, but Ron Paul was right, bro.
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, he wrote an entire book on this shit.
On
Turns
JFK?
out,
What did Ron
really?
Paul say about JFK?
basically that the CIA called the Great Surreptitious Coup. Check it out. And for some reason, copies of it are getting more expensive. So go put that shit up while you still can.
I wonder why. I wonder fucking why.
Yeah.
Wow, I wonder what kind of market factor could have came into play here that would have made the valuation of Ron Paul's book about JFK go up. Things that make you go,
Yeah. So Joe wants to know when we're going to
But
get to the sand people in the thumbnail. You missed it, bro. You were here. It was the fucking Houthis, man. That
The Houthis.
I guess we
God
did.
damn it, Tim.
I guess we never made that connection.
But no. Basically,
I put
Ron
it in the
Paul
thumbnail.
lays out.
Well,
Ron
I
Paul
called them
lays
sand
out-
people on our segue out. They knew. They should have figured it out.
They should have known. You should have known.
Tune in for the whole episode, fuckers. You would have seen. You would have known. You missed
I'm
context. You
sorry.
ain't paying
So-
attention.
Sorry,
So
go
what
ahead.
happened around JFK and the killings of Robert Kennedy, Malcolm X, and MLK? Basically what we saw, and them and all these other people who were surrounded by them, as well as a lot of people who were witnesses of the JFK killing itself, as well as the other ones. Basically what you saw was an organized coup of sorts that ushered in this new deep state. So that's kind of what Ron Paul paints it as. Like, this series of events was the pivotal moments that of the deep state consolidating their power.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that because that was the time when they were most brazenly just killing people. They're just like fuck it. We're going to kill JFK. We're going to kill RFK. We're going to kill MLK. We're going to kill all the Ks. We're going to kill them all. Yeah. And
Yeah, man.
That's honestly kind of what they
Dude
did.
thought maybe he'd be good with an X, but nah, that he got X'd out.
people talk about, like soft men create hard times create, what do you know, the fucking cycle that we
Weak
talked
men
about
create
last.
hard
Yeah.
times, hard
Yeah,
times
yeah.
create strong men, strong
Listen.
men create good times create weak men.
Those hard men were created and they pulled the fucking trigger. They were
Yeah.
not fucking around.
No.
Like now they may still do it, but it's a little more
Those hard
stealthy.
men created they created good times, and the good times made all these soy boys we got now, and now we're going through bad times, so we're getting hard men like us changing the culture.
I'm getting so hard, dude.
We got so many
Subscribe
hard
to
men.
the
I'm so hyped for
Onlyfans.com.
the hard men on this show. Mitch, are you
Onlyfans.com.
hard right now? If not, we can get you a blue chew. We can get you hard.
Onlyfans.com/realswampcast. It's not a joke.
I got some pretty toes, boys. Come check them out.
Hey, I'm Phil. What's up, Phil?
Hey, Phil.
I can help promote your channel. You can help suck my dick, Phil.
Yeah, Phil. Don't come in here. We
Oh,
don't do
man.
solicitations.
Look
I'm
at-
out of
look
the
at-
swamp.
Rumble is getting as bad as Twitch now. That was a Rumble chat, if you didn't notice.
Yeah, I saw it. That was
Damn
terrible.
it.
Yeah.
God damn it, Rumble. You let
Yeah.
one fucking presidential debate air, and now you're fucking retarded.
True. All right, let's
right.
let's segue into this here.
Oh,
Look at all that green,
Look
baby.
at all that green, boys. $1.2 trillion was added to the stock market yesterday, gentlemen. Today
Hell yeah.
wasn't as good, but we still had green. But we lost almost $4 trillion in valuation on the stock market last week, according to Unusual Whales, guys. Anybody who watches this show, y'all should already know. I highly recommend Unusual Whales. I also highly recommend Project Owl for any of your news, market fucking information. I'm in both Project Owl, Unusual Whales Discords. Once again, there's a reason I highly recommend them. I use it myself. This is not a paid advertisement. This is a free plug because this is really really solid information. These guys
Unusual Whales is really good. I like it.
Unusual Whales is really good. Like I highly, once again, anything involving markets and the economy, business, this is like when I was in my 20s, Business Insider, I was like, oh, Business Insider's talking about it. It must be important, fag shit now. Unusual Whales gives you everything you need to know without all the things you don't. But $1.2 trillion added back to the stock market. Crazy after the drop we had off.
This is crazy right here.
Yeah.
You see that jump? That's crazy.
Yeah, we were in...
This is the last 5 days. Yeah.
Yeah. That was we were incorrect. Everything, the Dow, the S&P 500, the Nasdaq, all went into
I can't even fit it on the
territory.
screen.
And then over the last this is craziness. Now, obviously, some of this has to do with the tariff shit. Nobody knows what to do. Some of this has to do with the crypto market. People react to other market influences. Some of this is just people seeing that, hey, I can make a lot of money right now. Let me get
On the
out.
month, we're still down. Goddamn.
We are still down.
6 months, we're up. It's all about perspective, Josh. It's all about perspective.
Tim, I will
All time, baby. All time. Let's go.
No, and that's really I think this is where people investors and I think Mitch will be able to get in here now when I mention this, but this is why Bitcoiners talk about having diamond hands and hold your Bitcoin. Is yes, guys, the market, it doesn't matter. Stocks, bonds, crypto, precious
Everything,
metals,
really, in that regard.
Real estate, everything goes in fluctuations, boys and girls. It's all risky. It's all risky. Investment is risky, boys and girls. I'm sorry. Tim, you got investments. Was it risky to get invested in them?
Yes.
I'm not gonna ask you what your investments are, but did you take a
That's
risk
fine. I'm pretty
investing
public with
in
it.
the investments
Yeah.
you have? Mitch, I know you haven't.
I took a more educated risk and I still lost because Trump's tariffs fucked everybody over.
And I respect that. Mitch,
Yeah.
you're an investor. Did making your investments mean
I have
taking some
30,000 times more investments than Mitch does. I promise you.
I believe that. But Mitch,
Probably, but then again, go on, Josh.
but the 30 million times less investments that you made than Tim, was it still risky for you?
I mean, yeah, but mainly with my investments, it was always kind of a dollar cost per day thing. So it's just like I put $1 in every day and didn't really think much about it.
Yeah.
Day trader
You know?
mentality, terrible. That's how you make
That's
no
not day
money.
trader. That's fucking Ramsey style
Day
over there.
Yeah, it's Ramsey.
Yeah. That's like
thank you.
invest every day and just, fuck it
It
because
wa-
again, all time, baby, look at that chart.
Jokes have cues,
My
guys. I know
portfolio
you're
is looking
autistic,
good,
but
though.
take the fucking cues.
I can't. I'm retarded. Too retarded
I
to
don't know.
stop, some
Another
might
Too
thing is-
say.
retarded to stop.
Another thing is a bulk of my crypto portfolio came from airdrops.
Oh, I'm supposed
So,
to. Am I supposed?
yeah.
Oh, well, no. This is
I
10-year
respect
bonds.
it.
I'm sorry.
But I mean, we've all. But what I'm saying here is to put things into perspective, like him was
Yeah.
saying, is that we've all invested. We all have investments. Like every single one of us.
If you got a 401k, you're invested.
Everybody has investments in this in this show right now. All of it is risky. We could legitimately come out in the red from all of our investments. Tim's talking about it. Mitch is talking about it. Shit. The only reason when my crypto investments during the pandemic came out in the green is because my Doge helped fucking outweigh the losses I took on my Bitcoin. Like, everything's all risky, guys. But, like, the fact the stock market lost $4 trillion in valuation just to make 1.2 back in a day, like,
That's
be
nothing.
smart. Don't invest what you don't got to spend.
Yeah.
But don't also sell when the market gets a little funky. You're gonna regret it later, I promise.
Yeah. Diamond Hand, where's your all Cybertrucks?
So, I will say one really stupid investment choice I made, speaking of diamond hands and all that, when the Sam Bankman-Fried shit was going on, I sold my Solana at a crazy low price.
Did you make a profit when you sold?
No. This was the only time that I had this was the only time this did not happen. And it was all because of the Sam Bankman-Fried shit, because he was all involved. I guess he had something to do with Solana. So I panicked. I said, I need to transfer that into something else right now. And then Solana survived. And I got back into it again at a similar price, but it wasn't as low. So it was just kind of like, fuck.
How are you now? Positive or negative?
Positive, my good sir. I am
HIV
positive.
It's all about perspective. I will not buy a Cybertruck because I believe in American cars made with gasoline. Yeah.
Listen, I'm old-fashioned. I want to go back to the tradition of what Bitcoiners originally got. I'm getting a Lambo.
There you go.
Cybertruck. Like, first off, Lambo, horrible investment. You don't, if you want a sports car,
it's like buying a boat, dude.
Yeah, like you're just gonna lose money on it, bro. Like Cybertruck, if I'm gonna spend like $60,000 on a vehicle, like I'm not getting a Cybertruck. It's gonna fucking run out of fucking power in like 3 hours of me driving. I'm buying a fucking R-type Volkswagen. I'm gonna fucking push that shit around, fucking hairpin corners in the mountains.
Can we take a slight detour for a second?
Absolutely.
It's something it's something not on your list, but it's something that I keep seeing.
Detour. This is the detour section of the show. Let's go.
Okay, well, because there's been like this trend now that I keep seeing, and I know you've seen it too, where all these motherfuckers buying these goddamn Teslas,
bro. Can you?
And they're
can you
fucking black. Yeah, where did you post it?
Can you pull up my Twitter post about that from like 2 weeks ago? Because I feel like that summarizes probably my and the entire swamp's feelings on the whole situation.
I mean, I love the Cybertruck, so like I don't know.
I love it too. Don't get me wrong. My kid, everywhere we go, if he sees like, oh my god, he's so excited. Like I won't invest in one. Like I can't see it being practical for my needs. Like if I ever bought one, if you ever saw Josh Halafka roll up in a Cybertruck, just know I now have fuck you money, and this was done purposefully, and it's just gonna sit in my driveway after.
Josh, you work at a rental car agency.
We are smart enough not to get involved with that gay shit.
Damn! I was gonna
say we don't call the cops when you're an hour late, so you get arrested.
Listen. All I was thinking was that you were going to roll up to your haters at LPF Con. No,
I actually purposely rented booked a sports car so I can get the Volkswagen GTI because we started getting that in the sports cars now. I fucking love them things.
You're gonna drive that all the way to Florida Convention?
Hell yeah, bro. Hell
You're
yeah.
gonna pay more in gas than you paid to rent the damn thing.
No, absolutely not. Actually, I'll talk about it off air because I don't want to waste everybody's time here. But like, trust me, I know what I'm doing here.
All right, so look, this fucking queer bait posted this
man is the Zodiac killer. Got a fucking Tesla.
Yeah, so he said in here, this may be the coolest thing I've ever seen. This is part of a bigger trend. All of these fucking conservative personalities are buying Teslas to own the libs. And then here's Josh. To buy a Tesla to own the libs has been the worst right-wing virtue signal I've ever seen. Teslas are Do you want to read it? It sound better in your voice.
This buy a Tesla to own the libs has been the worst right-wing virtue signal I've ever fucking seen. Teslas are gay. A year ago, you hated EVs because the left loved them so fucking much. So now you're clearly faking it. The right loves fake and gay virtue signals just as much as the left does. Like, this is absolutely some fake and gay virtue signaling. Like, fucking
100%.
Terrible. You guys hated these shits. I don't know how many fucking right-wing conservatives told me about how I'll never buy a Tesla because they're for fucking fart-sniffing left-wing fags and that they'll never go anywhere and they can't take them on road trips. And as soon as fucking your boy Elon gets in the fucking White House and starts doing Doge things and Donald Trump goes, I'm going to buy a Tesla because all the faggy leftists are burning down Teslas, so instead of Elon just getting his insurance fucking claims like we know he is, I'm going to buy one to make y'all convinced it's a good fucking right-wing thing and, like, cool.
Yeah.
Like, y'all are gay.
There's a lot of contradictions and hypocrisies that are coming out now because of this whole thing. Like, you know, EVs were fake and gay. We want real American muscle cars. And, you know, like you were saying, like conservatives were saying before this, that they'll never fucking buy this thing because they love real American cars. And that's not what America's all about. And then they go out and buy these fucking Teslas. And why? Because the left is having their own contradictions and their own hypocrisies, you know, now burning these things down. and then again, the right comes back with some more hypocrisy, like, oh, no, vandalism isn't free speech and all this kind of stuff. Listen, it's all fucking retarded. It's all fucking dumb. I don't want to buy a Tesla. I never wanted to buy a Tesla. I like my gas car. I saw somebody post before. I don't think it's possible. Can you buy a car that has no computer components these days? You just can't. You just can't. There's no. You can buy an old one from the 80s.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you gotta buy
you can do that.
Car.
But I'm talking about like new, modern 2025
Believe
car.
me, I know.
Ain't it?
Trust
Yeah.
You can get your best bet is you can buy a Mitsubishi Mirage for like $13,000. It's gonna have the like literally when you say like you talk about like the like it does it has a radio. It's got CarPlay. Like that's the most advanced feature it's got in there. There's no lane change assist. There's no and a backup camera. That's it.
Listen, I'm skipping Ronin's right now, but this is relevant right now. The red Tesla they're taking a picture in front of is either Elon's or not or Trump's. It's not theirs. I believe it because they're all just. It's all political advantageism. That's not a word, but I just made it up. They're all just trying to. They're just all just trying to make a point with it. A political.
The
point.
advent of social media has led to so many cringe pictures from politics. It really has.
Like this fucking guy.
We're never going to have another Tiananmen Square. You know what I mean? Like it's all just cringe shit at like this.
Yeah. We can get back into the stock story, but we'll take this $10 super chat from Ronan, and I'll finish the rest of my drink right here. I did my taxes, got a big return. Might not be in the lounge because making money made the wife hot and bothered. I'm gonna go motorboat some of my money right now. That's an inside joke for everybody who knows. But
God bless you, Ronan. Go
love it, man.
Go enjoy what you paid for. That's
it's
all
what you invested in. It's your investment. You just
you
wait.
The
long term of the chart, those titties won't sag, bro. That's
it. Risky, but you invested properly there, bud. I respect it.
I'll let you do that. I'll finish my drink. Yeah.
All right. So lowering the yield on the 10-year bonds is more important to Trump than the stock market or interest rates per fortune. So. Actually, is that Laura's out there with a comment under it too?
It is. You didn't know that?
I actually want to read Laura's comment. I didn't see that. Holy shit.
Yeah,
Let's go. Tim, scroll down.
Scroll
Yeah, about to
down.
go all
I'm
in.
gonna read that out too. Maybe
Hold on, I have
Lars has
to-
a good comment.
Yeah, I have to refresh myself on this. So lowering the 10-year, lowering the yield on the 10-year bonds is more important to Trump than the stock market
Market or interest rate. Fuck buying a house. Fuck getting a loan. Fuck your mortgage. Fuck your car payments. Fuck your student debt.
10-year bond. That's what we give a shit about.
Fuck your retirement funds and your fucking 401k and your Roth IRA. 10-year bonds.
Lowering bond
yields.
Yep.
Go ahead. No.
Okay, lowering bond yields through government intervention hampers free market efficiency. Let the investors decide, not the politicians and the Fed. It's some autistic libertarian shit.
Yeah,
I can't believe you didn't see it. He's only got 1 like. We could get more likes than that. We'll help you out, Lars.
Yeah, there you go, Lars.
We're all in for Lars.
We're all in for Lars.
all in, brother.
It's just been a tough time.
Almost
It's been a
a
tough
year
time.
later,
It
and
was
we're
rough.
still all in for Lars.
It was rough, but we just keep
we got it all
pushing.
in.
Listen, people need to know that the Mapstead fandom is still alive and kicking.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that was the best. That was probably the best part of like the LP presidential
think
race
so.
was us coming up with that, and the fact y'all got the picture with him.
That was
Fuck,
so good. That was so
Tim,
good.
guys,
Yeah.
Pat,
did it, yeah,
Derek,
Pat.
wherever y'all at, I know you're probably ain't watching right now. Hopefully you go back and watch
They
it.
watched the replays. Yeah.
That was so solid of y'all to fucking make him take that picture. That fucking every time I see it, I crack up laughing.
We'll get Lars on the show. I almost said Mars. We'll get Lars on the show soon.
I hope.
It feels
We'll go-
inevitable
we'll,
at this point. Like, it's got to
yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
I'm in the picture.
There you go. Yeah, listen, the 10-year bond, if that's what Trump is focused on right now, it's a big diversion from his previous, right? Like in the first administration of Trump, it was all about the stock market's doing really well, therefore I'm a good president. Well, he started off his presidency and the stock market was doing shitty, and so he said, I don't care what the stock market thinks. And so now it's kind of like, yeah, stock market's doing okay, I don't really care about that because I'm about government efficiency now. And so bonds are where I'm at. It's not the worst position in the world, I don't think. Like if the economies run well, the governments run well, then the bonds would be a good investment. But still, I don't like a bond market that invests or that's built on the idea that the government is going to steal money from me consistently year over year. It is their goal to steal 2% of my money every year just through inflation, not to mention the 20% or so in taxes that they take. That's not great. It's better than not giving a fuck at all. But I preferred first term Trump. I don't know. Where are you guys at on this? You wanted to talk about investments.
I mean,
yeah, mine been
like,
sucking.
how many like people invest in like 10-year yield bonds though? Like this is
I'll tell you, I'm not fucking kidding you. I talked to the investment advisor at Merrill Lynch, and this is his strategy. Invest in the Vanguard index. For those who don't know, it means everything. And bonds, which means government. So his strategy, Vanguard Investment Financial Advisor strategy, is bet on everything, and then you can't possibly lose. And then the money you want to keep will invest in the bonds, which government says they are planning to steal 2% of you for every year. So over 10 years, you'll get 3%. Tell me where the math makes sense. I fired that guy because he's a fucking idiot.
I don't blame you, bro.
Yeah.
Like
don't pay for financial advice. It's fucking trash.
No, I
go find YouTubers who aren't financial.
They're way better.
Yeah,
they are.
Honestly, 100% agree with this.
Yeah.
I've been dealing with financial advisors, fucking mainly from Charles Schwab since I was fucking like 5 years old. And let me tell you, I have never gotten good advice from any financial advisor I've ever worked with.
So I conducted an experiment. I don't know about like stocks and all that shit, but like with crypto, I conducted an experiment where I took every crypto YouTuber I could find and tracked what they were saying and where the markets went.
Yeah.
And what's funny is what I realized was the people who were actual journalists who were coming in and just like reporting like, yeah, this is what's going on and like in the markets. This is what we're seeing with like crypto and how things like correlate. And these, those guys, they were the ones who always ended up being right. Meanwhile, these guys who were coming on like every other day and trying to shill leverage trading platforms and all that, they always ended up being wrong.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, that was just my experience.
Josh, you had something to say?
Yeah, not really. No, I mean, it's just like the reality. Like I said, what I said. Like the reality is, like financial advisors are not your friend here. The 10-year bond yield. Once again, nobody's investing in bonds. Like let's just be honest here. Everybody,
Not smart people. No,
no. Like most people, they're doing 401ks and Roth IRAs, like retirement funds. Like they don't know what investment is. They're just fucking putting money in this shit. They know their company matches whatever they put in, so they're just doing this shit. Some smart people are playing the stock market right now, but once again, that's risky and not everybody does it. Crypto market, we see a lot more people in our circles playing because they think that they understand it and, it's going to be the new currency, but like, who the fuck is taking Bitcoin right now? No one. No practical fucking company is taking Bitcoin.
Dark web is.
Yeah, the dark web that's not practical. Like I just fucking said, you fucking mental fucking midget. Like nobody's fucking. I'm not renting people cars in Bitcoin. I'm not going to the grocery store and paying for my fucking groceries in Bitcoin. I'm not fucking ordering off of Amazon in Bitcoin. Why? Because they don't fucking take Bitcoin.
This is why
Bitcoin hasn't become mainstream yet.
This is why when you buy it, this is why the times that I've used it, it's always been for big shit like guns and whatnot. You know.
You bought guns with Bitcoin?
Yeah, Blockchain Armory here in Florida.
Wow.
I'm not even kidding. It exists. Blockchain Armory here in Florida. Look it up.
Well, I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you too. I still am paying cash.
Yeah.
Like dollars and cents.
Why do you think my one is named Satoshi? That was the point.
I didn't know your gun had a name, and that's gay.
What is your guns have name? I don't name my guns. Your guns
don't name your guns. What the hell's wrong with you?
I don't name my guns.
I judge you. Not you're the ones who
you're
need to be
getting
judged
right now. No, don't judge me. You're getting judged.
Go name your guns.
Weirdo.
Chat. Does Mitch? Okay, who's wrong?
Listen,
me and Josh.
Yeah, I need
not naming our
guns.
Enough
I need a chat poll here.
I got you.
Come on. I am not the weird one here.
Barfo, Hanush.
I'm starting to
I am
poll.
not the weird
Did you
one
name
here.
your guns or are you a fag?
Naming guns.
Who named like? Is it
gay
faggy
or
name
not
guns?
gay?
Snow lost his in a boating accident.
Hanush, you don't have any guns. I forgot.
Do they
My
have
bad.
any names?
Poll has been started. Guns. Naming guns. Gay or not gay?
I love how you're like, what guns? I lost my guns in a boating accident. You
That's
fucking.
I'm not asking whether or not you have you have guns. I'm asking you whether or not naming guns are gay.
I didn't lose
Listen,
shit. They're gonna tell the feds come and get
They
me.
have special weapons in Fallout. God damn.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, it's a fucking
Whoa!
video game you got.
67% right now. Okay, 50-50. Oh, 60. Oh, it's going back and forth.
Yeah.
We're right on it.
No.
Okay. Oh, god damn it. Okay, the votes are changing. We're at 7 votes right now. 57% not gay. You are fucking wrong. All of you.
You were wrong. Naming your guns is fucking weird.
Thank you.
No, don't thank them. Follow me. I'm right.
That's right.
No, man. In this case, democracy is not the god that failed.
Yeah, okay.
How convenient, you piece of shit.
Yeah, fucking of course. He goes from a fucking, like, Mises fucking guy to a Keynesian real quick.
Yeah.
The war is going to make our economy fucking stimulated.
I mean, like, the way I see it is, like, Fallout, they always had, like, special weapons and shit that had all those names. So, like, that's kind of why.
Gay?
That last one was perfect there.
Was
Some quads comment.
Maybe not gay, some Disney adult shit.
Yeah, that's some Disney adult shit there. Not gay, maybe not gay, but
yeah. You dress up on the weekends, don't you?
I mean, when he goes to go to those like single mom events, he definitely got the furry mask on.
Okay, we do need a follow up on that in the culture segment.
Yeah. Yeah. Mitch, how'd you do at your dating events?
Are we going there now? Are we going there now?
Fuck this. I'm going there now.
Where are we going?
We open up Pandora's box.
Why are we opening up Pandora's box?
Oh, so Mitch said he didn't hit. Okay, we can move along.
No, basically that if you're
Mitch
talking
said
about
they
the
were all
singles,
fat and
Dave and
black.
This is the culture segment. We can talk about anything culture.
70% dudes, 30% hogs. Next question.
I believe it. And it's fucked up,
Whoa.
but that's the truth.
Damn.
There are
How
3
many of
things
them had children?
There are 3. Fuck if I know, dude. I stuck around for a little bit, had a drink, went to the bathroom, left.
It was that bad. You didn't
I
even
really
talk
did
to
not,
anyone.
like, this was
Love you. God bless you, Mitch.
I had to live this experience at least once in life. This
I
is the
respect
current
it.
state of things like that, at least
I
in
respect
Orlando.
it.
So,
So,
I'll go back to what I do and just, I don't know, I take like a Pilates
Mitch,
class or some shit. I don't know.
I'm
Fuck.
gonna.
Do we have any dating advice for the single Mitch?
Yeah, I want him to come out to Arizona, and I'm being very serious. Like, as a married man, I don't have to worry about this shit, but I do, keep an eye on the field just for my friends if they want to come out here. And like, the amount of girls that are like, I want my man to be unvaxxed. I want him to have voted for Donald Trump. I want him to be 2A. I want him to be a Christian. Like, everything, Mitch, that you, like, talk about you wanting a woman, I've ran into several women out here, like, Southwest women are fucking different, bro. Like, it's such a fucking night and day thing coming from, like, even, like, blue liberal cities like Miami and Fort Lauderdale, and then, like, before that, Philly, New York, and just, like, girls, like, chicks with, like, fuck the government. Pictures of
Mitch has a
like,
shot.
Like,
Okay,
he's got a
there
shot.
we go.
Mitch, there's bitches out here that want to take you to the gun range to see if you're a good shot before they decide whether they want to go home with you for the night. Like,
Okay, Josh,
element,
enough of courting me for Arizona.
I am like, this is why I want you and Rob to come out for like a couple days and come hang out,
Jesus
bro.
Christ.
We'll
we need to
go
get
out.
Rob. This is why we need to get Rob
bars,
back.
we'll hit a
Rob,
club
without
or
you, I'm
two.
the only single
I could
guy.
be your
and this is what
wingman. I'm
happens.
married. I don't need to worry about any of this shit. I'm gonna go home and get pussy regardless. My wife loves me very much. Like, we have a great relationship. I'm gonna get laid when I go home if I'm like, as long as shit's still working with the plumbing right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, anyway, Kanye, I notice, is up to something right next to him.
Oh, Mitch,
come on, try to segue out of this. Come on.
Mitch, you're not dodging this shit now, pussy.
I gave you the 70% dudes, 30% hogs. What else do you
you're
want?
coming out to air. I need your commitment. You have like within the next 4 months before.
I'm sorry.
Before LPF Con, I need to have you
pulled
like, a weekend.
You pulled this shit right now.
Yes.
You pulled this shit right before the
I'll fly you out here, Mitch, for the Borough Parade. We'll go to the Borough Parade. I'll get you some Borough booty.
Save it for after.
Talk about that donkey.
Just save it for after.
That donkey was chunky, Josh. Thank you.
I do like
just
that
save
line
it for
a
after
lot.
the show.
I do like that line a lot. I'll speak in defense of Florida for a minute. I like the heat just as much as the next guy, but I ain't trying to raw dog into some dry shit. Okay, I want that humid pussy.
Look,
Okay,
look, this is what remember we talked about investing, boys. You invest in a little.
invest in pussy. I'm sorry.
Invest in lubricant, and you won't have to worry about
I mean,
it.
is Roman telling us that sex work is work? I mean,
yes, he believes.
Look, you go a little further north in Nevada, it does become legal work all of a sudden. Congratulations. See, Mitch, you're missing out. Come to the Southwest.
Right.
But because I know my boy's getting a little awkward here and we're really putting him on blast.
You are really like, we're still on the air, motherfucker. Like, Jesus Christ.
We're still on the air. This is content, Mitch. We're creating cinema.
Mitch,
cinema,
listen to me.
nigga.
The prophet Tim is speaking. You will be a stepdad by the time we get to 200.
Shut the fuck up. Kanye already before I start reading this telegram.
All right, speaking of two dads here, we got Kanye dropping the new album out of nowhere on. He had it on
nowhere?
YouTube.
Come on.
Yeah, no, bro. He just was like, the Jews are fucking me. Oh, by the way, I got a new album on YouTube. Check it out.
It's the same thing. Listen, Katrina, George W. Bush hates black people. New album drops next week. It's the same shit, bro.
But yo, believe me, fire. If you haven't heard that shit, it's not on YouTube anymore, so don't go to YouTube. It is on SoundCloud, which is even better, and SoundCloud has it broken down, so it's not just a straight 45-minute shit. It's the whole album broken down by song.
What is this? This new album?
Yes. It's
Yeah.
fire. Like,
It
Kanye's
is
probably
good.
dropped the best album he's dropped in the last 10 years in the middle of tweet storming about the Jews and fuck all the Negroes.
Dude, his Telegram is so goddamn insane.
It probably will be huge.
KKK ain't
Oh, it's gonna be
racist, but-
huge, bro. Like, this shit's... People, like, it had, in less than 2 days, like, almost 350 million views on YouTube. Like, what are people in the comments like... I don't like. I'm gonna like. It's like my buddies are like a toxic ex, bro. Your boys tell you not to go back, but here you are doing the thing anyway.
Listen, you say whatever you want about Kanye. The motherfucker can make some good songs, dude. You can't deny.
Well,
it.
according to Kanye on his Telegram, Diddy is innocent.
Whatever. I don't care.
I don't care about.
He's
all
marketing. He's marketing.
He's also
Everything he
saying
does.
Andrew
Look,
Tate is a Jew.
You're goddamn right, Andrew Tate's a Jew. Fuck Cobra, fucking
That's
Cobra
hilarious.
Israel.
That's hilarious.
He
The
probably
dude-
has
Also,
a cut-
Putin is my friend. He loves Putin.
I
he
mean,
knows.
Putin's a pretty cool dude. Have you seen him ride?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I want to
I
ride
know.
shirtless
He's
horseback
World War
with Putin.
III is imminent. Kanye's warning us, man.
Listen,
Dude, New Hampshire needs to give this man a fucking lifetime membership. They really do.
Ben owes us. You
Yeah,
are
Ben
right.
owes
about
us
that.
that.
He does owe
He
us.
does.
But
Kanye
listen-
won't
AI
understand
everything
liberty,
Kanye.
but you can give him it anyway.
It doesn't matter. Kanye is a marketing genius. Take notes, people. You want to market your shit. Kanye, he's showing you that no publicity is bad publicity, okay? He's going to sell a bunch of fucking records because people are going to look into like, oh, Kanye's a racist now. I bet all his shit is fucking Nazi crap. And they're going to go listen to it and be like, damn, this song fucking bangs. And then they're going to play it and it's just going to blow up from there. Kanye is a marketing genius. I don't know what his political beliefs are really and truly. Maybe he believes everything he says. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. It doesn't matter. He's a fucking artist and he says crazy shit to get people's attention. And then he sells millions of records. If the dude didn't say the crazy shit, he'd probably get a Grammy. But he's smart enough to know that all that shit's fake and gay anyway. And so he does whatever he wants and lets the numbers speak for themselves. Kanye's a great artist. I don't care. It's the same way I feel about all these other fucking celebrities that say fake and gay shit all the time. They come out and say stupid, retarded shit against Trump or against whoever. They're stupid, but they're great artists. And Kanye's one of those. He's a fucking genius.
Probably one of the greatest rappers of all time. Honestly, a musical genius.
He
So
won't
many
make it to the Hall of Fame because he said so much Nazi shit, but that's how he got there.
I will fight.
Okay,
I
if
will fight
Farrakhan
somebody
has
for that.
anything to say about it, he probably will make it. But
Yeah, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah, I
man.
would be
He
even
has
better.
Farrakhan on his side.
When you're calling people like you're saying the
Yeah.
Nazi, like you're wearing
Yeah.
a swastika chain, and Farrakhan is still like, that's my nigga right there. That
Yeah,
tells you everything
yeah.
you need to know about Kanye West and what you think of being like
you don't
lacking
give a
melanin.
fuck, dude.
Yeah, like y'all lack of melanin motherfuckers out there don't understand, and you never will, and it's
Yeah.
okay.
That's okay. I'll go get a tan tomorrow. I'll look super brown. There was
saying.
more. There was more. What is this? Okay. Y'all are going to have to catch me up on this. I don't have a link for this. John Cena, the heel.
John Cena.
I mean,
John Cena.
You
John
wrote
Cena-
this.
Last time we
Yes.
played clips from WWE, we got
That's why I didn't put anything in there. I'm
immediately.
scared.
Yeah.
WWE's the mob, bro. They're gonna cut my fingers off. Sharia law.
I
But-
thought we were now married to like smaller promotions that we could get away with playing, like DDT.
I mean, John Cena turning heel is such a huge pop culture
Okay,
thing, bro.
what did he-
Everybody's talking about it.
He was the forever
John
good
Cena's
guy.
bad guy
So
now.
what do you mean he's heel now? What happened?
He's the
He's
bad
bad guy.
guy now. He kicked Cody Rhodes in the nuts. He aligned with The Rock. He's a bad guy.
Fuck Cody. I don't give a shit.
Oh, bro,
Nah,
it was
fuck
so funny.
Cena.
He was
Boo.
like,
Cena
his
sucks.
promo,
Cena sucks.
Yeah.
he basically put this kid on blast. Like, you're in a toxic relationship. You all dress like me. I don't dress like you. You guys are all stupid. Like this is, bro. It's so, like, I wish we could play it on here.
I'm
but
gonna
WWE
play
will
it.
Cut
It's
our
at the
nuts
end.
off.
It's at the end of the show. I don't care. We'll cut it off. Look, this is for the live audience only.
Oh
This
my
is why
God.
you tune in live. What
Oh
was
my
it?
God, it
John
was
Cena
so
talk shit.
good.
Is that what I look up? What do I look up?
Yeah, John Cena John Cena hurts kids' feelings. Like, that's all you gotta do. It will come up.
Hurts kids' feelings. Okay.
The kid was viral. Like,
I
even,
look. Did
go, man.
John Cena disrespects the kids.
Yes.
John Cena is basically the
This is a
the Make-A-Wish kid.
from WWE. So
yes, that's
this
what
is
I'm
3
saying.
minutes.
He's like,
All right.
yeah, he's a bad guy now.
Listen, chat. Okay, the
I
stream
don't know
may
if you
be
want to watch
taken
the
down.
fucking
I'm gonna do it because look, the worst thing that's gonna happen
Jesus.
is that we're gonna get flagged for copyright, and I'll have to cut this off at the end of the stream. But this is why you need to follow us on X because they won't cut us. You need to follow us on Rumble. They won't cut us. You need to follow us everywhere else, right? Because we can play shit like this. They won't. All right, so here's the 3 minutes. John Cena vows to take WWE title home with him. Posted a day ago. Listen,
oh my god, my
this
dick
is
is
good
so
entertainment
hard right now.
This is good entertainment. Hell
honestly, this was a great. I haven't even seen this episode yet, so like this was great because I just saw this live. This is the first time I've seen this promo.
That's pretty good.
The promo from last week was so good though. The like initial like why I did this and like why I'm a bad guy now promo that I'm not even gonna lie. Like I looked at my wife after we watched it on TV and I was like, I honestly want to have this all transcribed, like this whole promo transcribed. Make a few obvious edits for reasons you'll understand here in a second. And then I want to run for LNC chair just to give that same promo to the entire fucking delegate base about how they're pathetic fucking people and you fucking not only ruined my life, but y'all owe them by being here right now.
That would be pretty epic to like run a campaign like that. Like I'm gonna run for chair and then quit.
I gotta quit. I'm gonna tell y'all you're a pathetic fucking people.
Just
like,
go home until they remove you.
I'm just gonna fucking.
It's gonna take them 3 meetings.
I'm not.
You know,
I'm gonna lose.
You gotta wait.
It's fine. I'm not caucus related. I'm gonna lose on the first vote like I did last time anyway. But at least I get to tell you how I feel while I'm there.
No, you gotta win. And then sit in the seat for 3 months while they sit and say, where the fuck is our chair? We can't host any meetings. He sucks. 3 months, wasted time. And you just go home, never contested. I never fucking, whatever. They removed me. How fucking crazy.
Just give it back to Steven. Like, here, Steven, I have my fine 3 months. It's your chair now.
Non-LP related. This is good. Good fucking TV. John Cena as the heel. That's pretty good, man.
WWE has been great TV. I don't know, like if you're not a wrestling fan, like, oh dude, I broke away so hard and disassociated during the pandemic because I was just like, I can't watch this slop that they're trying to dribble out on TV in these empty arenas with no fans.
Yeah.
Now that it's back with fans and like the storylines they're telling, like I can't not watch. I can't.
Yeah.
The lack of a crowd really was like fucking painful. Like, did you see what they were doing during the pandemic where like they had that entire wall of screens?
No. I actually like that.
You like the wall of screens.
Mitch, you have to understand something. I came out of like I grew up as a wrestling fan where I started not on WCW or WWE, but I started on ECW on public access channels. Like I'm used to going to indie shows where I might be one of 12 people in the crowd. Like, I've run and booked and promoted shows where we end up having a total of maybe tops 30 people in the room. Like, to not have anyone is phenomenal. Like, to see WWE with an empty fucking arena, like, flabbergasting. I couldn't imagine being a promoter. Like, a big, like, it took away so much from the experience.
Yeah,
like,
the crowd is like half the show.
Yes.
Good, man.
Yes, it was huge. There was a reason why everybody used to like the post WrestleMania WWE like Monday Night Raw.
Dude, the signs,
spectacle.
The signs that people would come up with, those were like it's like the internet with memes now. Like your favorite accounts are not the accounts that are official or established or whatever. It's those fucking random accounts that come up with the craziest shit. And you're like, oh, that's good. Like Greg. Like Greg is a fucking icon on X for a reason. Because he's an anomaly. So if Greg is in the audience and Fox News is in the audience, you're going to watch Greg's sign more than anybody else. Now, I remember the exact, and this is why it's so beautiful to me, the exact moment I left watching any WWE programming was the moment John Cena came out with a rap album. I was done. So if you want to pinpoint the time when Tim checked out of WWE,
that is like
it was
beyond long ago.
Yeah, so I was like, I said, fuck it at that point. Okay,
that was like right around the John Cena reign of terror beginning.
But this
the
is
John Cena Dr. Thugonomics character was so good,
so
bro.
terrible.
You're retarded.
I know.
No, I
love
was
the
out, dude.
Dr.
But
Thug.
No,
that's
I
my
was like,
point,
this
though.
is great.
Tim, quit
But-
being wiggity wiggity whack.
Yeah.
But this is my point, though, is like seeing him come back as the heel now and just shitting on everybody. Like that makes me want to watch again. This promo right here, that did it for me. That was pretty good.
High school Josh,
Yeah.
watching John Cena just go through Big Show and Randy Orton and Edge,
Yeah.
and then rinse, lather, repeat, because they only had those three. Like the root, like the PG era of WWE was tough for me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, but like John Cena was honestly one of the most entertaining characters. Even like when I didn't like, even during like the heyday, like Cena versus Punk, I used to tell people like, yeah, we hate Cena. I'm a big Punk guy, but like when Cena finally retires, we're gonna look back on Cena with very like just nostalgia, just because like we're gonna really realize how much we're gonna lose with Cena. I feel the same way when Mike Mizanin finally retires. Like when the Miz retires, we're gonna realize we're not gonna realize what we lost until he's gone. Cena, same thing. I don't think people are realizing what we're really gonna lose until he's gone, and maybe they do because he's been like such a part timer. But the problem was with Cena is he would come back and he would do that shit part-time and just shit all over who he was dealing with. And he maybe would lose the match because that was what was booked for. But
Right.
you weren't winning. You weren't winning until that match with John Cena. I'll say that.
Yeah. It's it makes me want to watch again for sure. That's
Austin
pretty good.
Theory,
Yeah.
Mitch?
Yeah.
Austin Theory ring a bell?
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah. You still see him on TV because John Cena shit all over him for 2 months leading up to WrestleMania and then lost in like 30 seconds, 60 seconds.
Yeah, the burial.
The burial.
The burial.
right,
The
boys.
golden shovel.
Let's wrap because I gotta piss and we gotta get in the lounge. So,
Yeah.
Sir.
what you got?
So,
Butt plugs. Mitch, go.
go follow me on X at Mitch Connor JLo. Go check out some merch at tpublic.com/The Libertarian Frontier. And that's what I got for right now.
Tim.
It's always the same. Follow at Real Swampcast everywhere. Real Swampcast. Onlyfans.com/Real Swampcast. Anywhere you want to be, we are there. Join the Discord. We're gonna play some putt-putt or poker or whatever we're gonna do later.
Yes, sir.
Come hang out. WWE watch-alongs happen in the Discord because we can't stream them live on YouTube, but we can hang out in Discord and do whatever we want. So join us there. Yeah, we got
We're
it.
gonna figure something out for WrestleMania.
We got
We
it.
gotta do that again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We can do it.
So
I'll help. For
Join the
WrestleMania,
Discord.
I'll help. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Join the
Yeah.
So seriously, join the Discord. I'm gonna try and figure out how we can get WrestleMania streamed. It's gonna say 2-day event, Saturday and Sunday, April 19th and 20th. So look out for that.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Sunday the 20th. Gonna be Easter, 420, and WrestleMania Day 2 with the big wrestling matches. But
Jesus.
outside of that, guys, join us in the Discord. You can follow me on Twitter at Real Swamp Josh. I'm on Facebook, but I don't actively use it anymore. So if you do see, you find me on there, feel free to shoot an ad over to me. I'll eventually, in like 2-3 months when I check in, add you. But let people know I'm not on there anymore. Hit the subscribe button. Once again, if you're not in the Discord, you're a retard. Come join us here and
Yeah.
appreciate y'all coming out tonight here. We will see you next week here if we don't do a members only show. And if you're not a member, you need to become a member.
See y'all there. See you next Tuesday. Adios.
All right, guys.
We may or may
Take
not
care.
do a Sunday show. We haven't done one in a while. We got to do
Yeah,
one.
we need to do a Sunday show. We're going to get that back.